You have got some iconic one-liners.
Your energy is off.
I've been told that visually I look like I should be in a horror movie.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
Everyone else has told me that there is a little naughtiness.
Then it's mainly drunken snogging, actually.
Hi, babes. Welcome to the Heartstopper official podcast. I'm your host, Tia Coffey, otherwise known as The Glamorous Geek, and I'm a massive Heartstopper fan. I'm thrilled to be right here at Netflix HQ, ready to talk to the Heartstopper cast about all the behind-the-scenes tea and gossip on Heartstopper Season 3. In this episode, I'm joined by Rhea Norwood and Tobie Donovan. Tobie and Rhea, thank you for joining me in my living room.
Of course, thank you for having us.
Thank you for having
Lovely
us.
living room.
So, I've got a confession, and everyone at home watching and listening, you know the confession I'm about to make. The show hasn't been edited yet, so I haven't seen Series 3. So for my benefit, can you give me a little recap of what your characters are doing in Season 3 of Heartstopper?
So we pick up pretty much right where we left off at the end of Season 2.
Gorgie.
And the gang's all back together. We finished our trip in Paris. And for Isaac this season, we ended last season with some turmoil. He doesn't really know where he's at with his sexuality, and he's on this journey. And so this season we pick up in that kind of weird headspace and go on a lovely journey of self-discovery.
We love to see it.
What about Imogen?
We sort of establish how I think uncertain she is about her own identity and where she fits in the world and who she wants to be and who her friends are in Season 2. And that's where we pick up from on Season 3.
I've heard rumours of a little snog, I'll be honest. Is there a little kiss?
There is some snogging, there's some drunken snogging as well as... Then it's mainly drunken snogging, actually. It's an interesting thing to film because you're sort of like pretending to be drunk, kissing when you're sober is...
And it's like 8 a.m.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Weird
awful.
vibes.
Honestly, the acting skills right there. We appreciate it. Now, to use reality TV parlance, because I'm from the reality TV world, I would like to declare the two of you the fan favourites of the season.
Oh, thank you.
How does that feel?
Feels great. I love being the fan favourite. I don't know if it's true, but I'll take it.
But you must experience that when you sort of like meet the Heartstopper fans or like you see things on social media that people are like obsessed with the two of you.
I think it was weird for us because we came in, our characters weren't in the comics. So we kind of, I know for me, I was quite nervous the first season of like joining this thing that everyone's already like so in love with and being the new kid.
Yeah.
But yeah, after Season 1, I think when everyone sort of figured out who we were, we've been welcomed with open arms.
It's interesting for me though because I think like the perception of Imogen from Season 1 to Season 2 shifted quite a lot, and so like the reaction to her for Season 2 was much different. I think like when she in Season 1 she's definitely more of an extension of Nick's journey, and then Season 2 I had my own journey. I feel very protective of Imogen, and like I'm sure you do with Isaac, like you feel like you want to do their story justice, and it's amazing that people like resonate with that. It feels important.
Totally. I mean, you've had an arc because, again, reality TV vibes. At the start, there was villain energy.
Yeah.
I was like, she's getting the villain edit. This is what's happening. But then, no, resolution, fan favourite.
Yeah.
We love to see it.
It's such a blessing as an actor. It's really fun to be able to explore. Like, I think I'm really passionate about like showing like nuanced people on screen, and like that people can have. Everyone is a bit villainous, and everyone's also very sweet as well sometimes, and messy, and that well, especially at that age, you don't know your personality. It's all crazy and up in the air. So, hope
and fun to play. Isaac this season has a real journey of learning to love and accept his asexuality and aromanticism, which is a thing that we don't see on TV very often. So it's really cool to represent that and to get to be that voice for a group of people that might not see themselves on TV otherwise.
Cute. But it's such an important storyline because, as you said, like you don't often see it sort of in media, on stage, on television, on screen. And I think if people don't see themselves reflected in those things. They don't feel represented.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's going to help a lot of people who are watching.
I hope so, yeah. I hope that people see themselves in it. I think it's like, you know, I will always be grateful to see anything on TV that I feel like connects with me. So I really understand it. And yeah, there's a lot of pressure to get it right because there's not been anything like it really before. But I feel like, you know, I did the research and worked as hard as I could on making it feel authentic. And yeah, I hope people enjoy it.
If you could play any other character in the show, who would you play and what are your reasons for that nomination?
I'm not just saying it because you're here, but I'd want to be Imogen.
Yeah, you'd be such a good Imogen.
I feel like I can do that kind of Regina George, like real bitchy high school girl.
Okay.
That's definitely in my wheelhouse.
Could you give us a burst of your Imogen, please?
Yeah, this is my favourite Rhea as Imogen line.
Okay.
She goes, "Your energy's off!" So funny. She's just like so animated, shouting at this poor boy. But he deserved it.
That was really good. You have got some iconic one-liners.
So many good lines.
It's great lines that Alice writes for Imogen. It's really fun to do.
What's
Yeah.
your favourite one-line moment?
It's the obvious one. I did really enjoy the I'm not homophobic, I'm an ally.
I'm not like homophobic. I'm an ally.
Because it was
iconic.
it was my second day ever filming that day on a
Really?
film set, and it just like the vibe was really good, and like it landed well, and I think that will always be like really special to me because I was like, oh, no, this is good, you know.
Funny but layered.
Yeah.
Especially there's the moment on season 2, which I have seen, where you're in Paris and you sort of like have this sort of like screaming moment when everyone's having dinner, and then sort of leave, and then you have your emotional moment where you're like cared for and supported by others, which is nice.
It's lovely because I think Imogen places so much value on like boyfriend relationships in that way, and I think actually where the value is in her life is in her friendships with like Nick, and I think in season 3 we really begin to see that for her as well.
So we've still got so much like joy and happiness in the Heartstopper world. As much as
Always.
everyone else has told me that there is a little naughtiness in this season.
Not for me.
No.
I'm good. I'm chilling.
just having a gorgeous time.
Yeah.
Don't
Can't
come up with
complain.
David.
Bless him.
Who's that? What's
David's our lovely intimacy coordinator.
Yeah, he's fantastic.
So
Interesting.
he choreographs all of the kissing and the acts.
that was very Miranda. I like that. So you have someone like actually look after that and make sure that everyone is comfortable.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's really important. I feel like personally because it's somebody who's external to the director or the actors who can objectively look at it and like nurture that moment. And I think it actually on a storytelling level it makes it better as well as on a safety level for actors as well.
Yeah.
So I'm a big advocate for intimacy coordinators.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And it's important to have that, especially when the characters are exploring their relationships. I have actually got some fan questions for you,
Fabulous.
which are very exciting.
Thank you, fans.
You okay?
Yeah, all good.
So our first question, what is one thing that you always have to have with you on set?
Mints.
True.
I don't even do kissing, but we always get really smelly lunches.
Garlicky lunches.
And you're always really close to people.
Garlic heavy lunches.
Yeah. So that's such a boring answer. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, headphones, because I love like if I've got a scene that I need to do some like sort of more emotional prep for, I love listening to music, and I always have a playlist for my character in each
interesting.
season, and sort of like finding songs that trace a similar journey to what my character's doing.
So do
That's
you use the
very
music
good.
to like get you into the head space?
Yeah, definitely. So if I need to like come in with a certain energy or feeling, I can listen to music to really like drop me into that moment. Because you're feeling out of sequence, so it's not like doing the whole journey through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What songs have you used to guide your journey in season 3?
What Was I Made For? From Barbie.
Very good.
Yeah.
That's going to give the emotions.
Yeah, instantly that song makes me cry.
We won't play it now. Don't worry.
You don't want to see it. It's like ugly crying.
Do you know what? I love an ugly cry.
Oh, yeah.
I've been crying so much recently. I was watching I'm a Celebrity last night and I was crying. Like nothing sad even happened. I was just crying at it. So I was just like, oh, they all miss their families. And then like floods of tears, like embarrassingly so though. Not like, oh, he cried at the TV. I was like sobbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cry
At
more at
reality
reality TV. I don't know why reality TV like
Yeah.
makes me more emotional
Me
a lot of the
too.
time.
weird.
Interesting.
Just so in touch with other people's emotions.
What's the best piece of advice you've received from a fellow actor?
Ooh.
That's a thinker.
Yeah, I can't think of anything specific, but I think it's always about the work, isn't it? And not getting like caught up in the rest of it all. Do you know what I mean? It's fundamentally it's about turning up and doing a job. And
But you get time to sort of like step back and enjoy the experience and like appreciate what you've actually achieved.
It's amazing. Sometimes it's hard to, like, I think the world has a different impression of Heartstopper to what we all have, because it's this huge thing, and for us it's just like we're just a group of mates that get together and make a TV show. I mean, it's a bigger thing than that, but and also like because we're all similar age, it sort of feels a bit like uni, because we all like stay in these flats while we're shooting, and it's like it feels like we're in uni accommodation, and you're like living with all your friends and hanging out every day. Yeah.
What's the most useless talent you have?
I can do like weird things with my eyes, like I can shake them.
Oh my God, may I see? Is that...
Do you
Oh God.
I can't, hold on.
If you're listening at home, Rhea is very aggressively shaking her eyeballs, and it's quite terrifying.
I've been told that visually I look like I should be in a horror movie before.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
I'm not saying it is.
I see it.
Yeah.
What's your most useless talent?
I feel like any talent that I have, I've monetized by now. I'm like, if I've got a talent, the world is going to know about it. So none of them are useless.
I really respect that.
I'm
They will
gonna,
all
like,
be utilised.
Rinse it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I love that answer.
That
My
is-
talents are useful.
But
My
how
talents
can
are
we
acting.
how can we monetize eyeball shaking? That's the question.
There's a market for
Yeah,
it.
maybe like
Like OnlyFans. Little videos of
a
your
niche
eyes
OnlyFans.
shaking.
there's something out there on the internet.
Well, thank you both so much for joining me
Thank you for having
you,
us.
here in my living room. Please come back and visit anytime.
Yeah, we will.
do.
Gorgeous people, we have sadly come to the end, but fret not, we have got one thing left, and that is the grand finale of the Kit and Joe BFF Challenge. Each week, I'm asking Kit and Joe to take part in a series of challenges. I'm going to ask you each to come up with a buzzer sound.
Why are we like this?
Kit is currently in the lead. You are now like 3-0
That's fine.
on the running games, and we only have one more game. But let's see who wins the final episode of the BFF Challenge with Kit and Joe. Our next challenge is finish the line. I like Charlie Spring.
Why are we like this?
Go for it.
In a romantic way, not just a friend way.
Yes, correct. Honestly, I'm having a proper...
Full on gay crisis.
Yes, I didn't just wake up one day like...
Why are we like this?
Go for it.
Oh, guess I'm gay now.
That's my line.
Yeah.
It is, and that is
But
correct.
I was there, so.
Yeah, that's true.
That's fair. That is very fair. Next one. A lot of gay people are...
Why are we like this?
Go for it.
Good at sports,
A lot
Charlie.
of gay people are good at sports, Charlie.
That's very good knowledge. An iconic line up next.
Iconic line.
I'm not like homophobic.
Why are we like that?
I'm an ally.
Yes, very much so. Very funny. I fully laughed out loud. You only need to glance at him to...
Why are we like this?
Go for it.
To see that he's a massive heterosexual.
Very that.
Did even worse on that one. You know what? It's fine.
And that was the last game ever, which means Kit is our winner of the BFF Challenge. Congratulations, Kit. Gorgeous people, that is it for the Heartstopper official podcast. But if you're watching on YouTube, please do make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're listening to us on a podcast app, just give us a follow and maybe a cheeky 5 stars. Bye.